Oh boy, episode 6, and I'm back in the chair with my co-host, Mr. Theodore Sweetwood.
I'm so happy to see that man sitting there. Obviously, thank you to Noah, who did a wonderful job. You guys will see him on more, but...
I want to start with that. Noah couldn't ask for a better replacement.
It's next man up.
And better man to fill in my shoes when I was in the ER with 102 temperature after I had a great weekend with a low temperature. This flu won't go away. However, I went to the ER and the doctor put me on the steroids. Not to get huge. And he put me on the antibiotics. I feel like a whole new man today.
I could tell, honestly.
And I told Teddy, I'm like, there's something about this episode that being comfortable in front of the mic, like Teddy said, and just the information and the content that we're going to present today makes it so special.
And I think we even added a little centerpiece that I think signifies...
Add some touch to it.
The start of the uprising as this plant grows. It's plastic, but...
No, but speaking of Mr. Noah Rogoff, go and check out the last episode. He brought his brilliance and sports intelligence into the show, and Teddy and him had a great episode without me. You will see us three with an episode. However, I'm back, baby, and it is great. So, let's get right into it.
I'm going to keep it rolling through this just to show the reality of filming one of these. It appears my microphone is on the iPhone microphone input. So give me a sec.
Do we got...
No, we're not... The show fucking goes on.
The show goes on. If we've learned anything...
I did it. Okay. We're back.
Still have the cough. That won't change. But fever's down. We're feeling good.
Red settings. We're good.
Red settings. Okay. Let's get into it. First thing we got to talk about. Baker proved me wrong on Sunday versus the Patriots. That boy balled out, and he had a great game and proved why he's an elite quarterback in the league. I heard that's opposite day today.
Did you
Everything
hear that?
I just fucking said is completely a lie. And he backed up everything I've said since the beginning of this podcast. Baker, moneymaker, no more. If the Browns re-sign that man after this year, after he went,
Is this the rookie deal?
He's on the rookie deal.
And he's off after this year? Is there like an option? Is there like a 5th-year option?
Well, it's...
Like, would it have to be an
him
entire
and Daniel
new contract?
Jones. Him and Daniel Jones are in the same boat where it's like
Baker,
make or break.
Baker, as much as you dislike Baker Mayfield, it's just... You can't compare him to Daniel Jones.
Yeah, you're right, because Daniel Jones is way better.
This is a guy who has won his division. No, did they win it last year?
I don't know, but all I gotta say is...
I don't like Baker Mayfield
He
either.
went 11-21
but he's
with
not,
74 yards and an interception versus the
peak.
Patriots. Versus the Patriots. You know what happened when Mr. Backup Case Keenum came into the game? Oh, he had more passing yards in 2.5 less quarters.
I always forget the Case Keenum connection for you, so I know that you're rooting.
No, I'm not biased towards him. I just give the facts.
A little bit.
I give the facts.
That's
why I like
Case Keenum is kind of Baker Mayfield, who's just a little bit better. But then again, with that being said, I was about to say something really stupid about Case Keenum in the playoffs, but he has.
Yeah. He's been better.
He was better in the playoffs. Who was the miracle?
Case Keenum.
Case Keenum, that's what I thought. Baker Mayfield contract. I'm just double checking this.
I was actually I was rooting for Baker this weekend because I don't like to see players do bad, but it just showed dude, this guy should not be a starting quarterback in the league. He just shouldn't be.
I disagree with that. However,
Patriots exposed him.
However, he's one of the he could start on multiple teams. He could start on the Panthers probably. He could start, but I agree with you to the point where he's not like gonna be that difference maker franchise dude that you need for a playoff run. So I agree with you on that they need to go in another direction if they want to go any further than freaking divisional
Especially
round.
with
They
the
might not
roster
even make
they
the
have.
playoffs right now, but he is a starting quarterback in the NFL. When you look around at guys like Darnold who get their shots and stuff like that, I mean, his resume is light years ahead of those guys. But I do agree with you. He's not an all-star, and he's not carrying your team anywhere.
I think. Wait, is it more important to note that was it more the story of the great rookie quarterback and the great defense of Bill Belichick exposing Baker?
Are we going to the Pats right now?
Well, I'm just wondering, was that more of the story, or was it about Baker? What do you think as a Pats fan?
I think both. I think it was.
Man, Mac Jones balled out.
I think it was a 2-chapter book on Sunday. One chapter being about the Browns, and the other chapter being about just the complete team effort that we got from, obviously, defense balled out, offense balled out. Mac Jones, best game of his young career, threw for 3 touchdowns. Hunter Henry got another 2 on the season. He has 7, leading all tight ends. Mac Jones now has 5 more passing touchdowns than Cam Newton had at any point all of last year, and only 7 interceptions. And I think he's around 2,300 yards right now, along with the 6 wins at this point in the season. He's breaking records. He's on pace to break Dak Prescott's record. Dak Prescott was right at
that's right.
67%.
I saw that.
His rookie year, Max at 69% right now, and so I expect him to keep that up, even because that number dropped over the past few games. Then this past game, went right back up. Max balling, team's balling, defense is balling. Bill Belichick has to, if we make the playoffs, which we should, and Bill Belichick is not the coach of the year, I seriously am going to be so disappointed. In that, but listen,
let's move on to my picks.
I was going to say, why don't we run through your picks real quick?
Like I said in the beginning of this episode, we got a lot of content to get into and not a lot of time, just because we've kind of noticed that the shorter our episodes and the more we deliver in the less amount of time, we'll reach our viewers better. What
we're doing is we have a really good interview at the end of this episode for you.
It's great. It's great.
So we wanna do our rundown for you guys and then get you guys there, because it was our first in-person interview. Number 1 and number 2 tacklers on the Syracuse team, and we won't go too much into that, but that's going to be coming up probably around the 25, 26-ish minute mark. It'll be I'll put it in the description when that interview starts.
Week 11 picks. I went 50% last week. I don't know if I've stated this before. Going 50%, I would rather go 25% than 50%, because breaking even is my least favorite thing to do in all of anything.
You either want to go out
in life.
You either want to go out on your sword or make a ton of money.
I'd rather lose 100 than win $0.
Yeah.
However, college football was a big hit. This podcast is not a betting podcast. It's just a segment we like to do, and I'm going to run through these fast because it's not a betting podcast. I do want to say, per the Pat McAfee show, NFL underdogs went 9-5 last week against the spread, and are 87, 62, and 1 against the spread this season. And this is why, ladies and gentlemen, this podcast is not about college football, but it's because of the NFL, with so many upsets, with so much urgency.
Yeah.
And why it's the Bear League.
Yep.
Love college football. We're moving on. Falcons +7 versus Patriots Thursday Night Football. I've been betting for the Patriots the last couple weeks, and they've been winning me some money. And I hate to do this one, but 7 points is a lot in the NFL.
You're going to regret it, but let's just move on.
I might regret it.
Let's just get through these.
Lions +11.5 versus the Browns. Sorry, Baker, shitty quarterback, and shouldn't be in the league anymore. 11.5 is a lot versus a bad quarterback. 49ers -6 versus the Jags.
Okay.
I love that one. My lock of the week, baby. And we're going to get to it later. Colts +7.5 versus Oh, boy.
Send him back.
Colts plus 7.5 versus the Bills. 7.5 is a lot.
Completely agree
for
with that.
a great team.
I actually have the Colts winning that game in a ridiculous parlay, which I'll talk about afterwards.
I will never bet against the Dolphins again because they continue to break my heart. And my friend Ben said, if you bet against them again, I don't think you should be a betting man.
I issued a public apology to Ben in the last episode just because I caught myself ripping into the Dolphins again, which I tend to do.
But they
deserve it.
Yeah.
I hate to say it, they deserve it. So
but mine's 3 versus the Jets. Jets are not a great team. Joe Flacco will be starting.
Starting Flacco.
I'm sorry, Tay's friend Max, but Dolphins are going to win by more than 3 versus the Jets. Panthers minus 3.5 versus Washington football team because of 2 words, Cam Newton. That's why they're winning by 3.5.
That's what I'm talking about.
Oh, wait.
Oh, boy.
Who's calling?
Sorry, guys.
What was that?
Here we are predicting an all-time show. And Max forgets to turn on Do Not Disturb.
Why isn't it resuming?
This is the most rookie. Do you want me to put my mic in the middle?
I don't know why it's not resuming. Yeah, put your mic in the middle.
All right, boys.
I'm sorry, guys. My mom can only talk to me a couple times a week because she's in Europe right now.
It's really not even an excuse, Miss Murphy.
It's a really... Mom, you should be very apologetic after this interview because I was on a roll. And I was about to talk about Cam Newton. And you
just ruined everything.
Just ruined it. I'm just kidding. Love you, Mom. All right.
All jokes.
Ravens minus 4.5 versus the Bears. Big bounce back week for Lamar Jackson and the Ravens. They're going to destroy the Bears. Saints plus 1.5 versus the Eagles. Because upsets always happen in this league. And Saints have a great defense. That's why. Titans minus 10.5 versus the Texans. Tay, can you name a team that is rolling and doing hotter than the Titans this year?
Patriots.
Right now.
Dude,
the Titans are killing
What was your Titans bet?
Minus 10.5 versus the Texans. I don't like the half. But 10.5 versus the Texans, I like it.
Don't love it. That's same division, right?
Yeah.
Divisional games are weird, dude.
They are.
I'll give you a chance right here on the podcast. Right here. Change if you want. It's not set in stone.
I like Texans minus 10.5.
All right.
Packer. Oh, I hate to do this.
We might have just found a new setup. We don't know.
I hate to do this one, guys.
Packers.
My Vikings finally won a close game. And Vikings, I love you so much. And you will split with the Packers this year. You will win a game. However, 2.5 points for Aaron Rodgers and the Packers. This Packers team looks deadly. I think they're going to go into US Bank Stadium. And obviously the Vikings will keep it close because it's the Vikings. But I think they're going to win by 3 or more. I hate to do that one. Especially because it's the Packers. Fuck Aaron Rodgers and fuck you, Packers. Bengals minus 1.5 versus the Raiders.
Dude, I do not think the Packers are winning this week. They're too hot. They always drop one versus the Vikings. They don't win that many games. And I know it's hard for you as a fan to be like, oh, we're going to go beat them. But like...
oh, no, I hope I'm with you.
But
I hope you prove
just from a third-party perspective, the same way you look at the Patriots a little different than me sometimes. From like on the outside looking in, this game isn't to me too much about the better team right now. It's more about the fact that the Vikings compete in every game, and Packers are bound to drop a game. They've how many in a row? 8?
Yeah.
What are they, 8-1? So yeah. So I personally think they are bound to drop a game, and who better to do it against versus the divisional rivals, which is a weekly occurrence. And I won't say this on the podcast because it's not something that people around me would have been too happy with. Me and my friends used to have this strategic way of going about our bets where we'd place one a week and choose a team. And we'd money line them. And let's just say I did that last year. Packers, I think they were at home too, versus the Vikings. I don't know if you remember this game. I'm sure you do remember this game.
Oh, yeah.
When you guys beat them last year.
When Kirk Cousins balled out like he usually does.
So anyway,
Unless it's
after
prime
watching
time.
that and just seeing the way things have trended, teams don't win forever.
Yeah.
They lose, obviously. So anyway, let's keep going.
I'm not changing that pick, though. I really hope the Vikings win that one. Hate the Packers. My other lock of the week. First one was the Colts. This one is the Bengals. -1. Coming off a bye. Versus the discombobulated Raiders. Derek Carr is a great quarterback. They have a good defense. I do like their interim head coach. He's no John Gruden. I shouldn't say that on the podcast. But
Well, you can call it
coming off a bye.
Just to clarify,
I like the Bengals.
Just to clarify, he was a big Gruden fan, and the show's in the QB thing. Not to get confused with the recent controversy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So, all right, we just got to put that out there. Keep going.
Yeah. But Bengals coming off a bye, I think they're gonna kind of figure it out, and they're facing a team that is a little bit lost without Henry Ruggs. Anyways, my other lock of the week.
You're just
Bengals
on a roll here with these references, man. You really just brought up Ruggs and Gruden in the same 30 seconds. Let's keep.
How can you talk about the Raiders without Ruggs and Gruden?
Did you guys hear about Henry Ruggs and Devonta Smith playing NBA 2K
No.
last night?
They were playing 2K together?
Yeah.
That's.
Oh, because he's
Did
still
somebody-
waiting for his court.
Yeah.
Did somebody. Well, he's not. Did he get bailed out? Is he at home?
Well, 150,000, yeah.
So
150,000 bail, so he's at home.
he's at home right now playing 2K.
Yeah.
Bro, this guy.
Listen. We went into this in depth the last time, and it is 3:52. We gotta get rolling. Hurry up.
Sorry. Depending on Kyler's health, if he plays, I like the -2 versus Seattle. If he doesn't play, I like Russell Wilson +2.5. We don't know what's going on with Kyler Murray and DeAndre Hopkins right now.
Let's get through this.
Cowboys +2.5 and money line versus the Chiefs. Upset here. Love the Cowboys versus the Chiefs. Last one, Giants +11.5 versus the Bucks. 11.5 is a lot of points. College 4 for 5 last week, and I hope I can go 5 for 5 this week. Fuck you, TCU, last week for ruining that. Michigan State +19 versus Ohio State. 19's a lot for what I think could be a close game, but Michigan State's defense sucks, and Ohio State's offense is great. Wake Forest +3.5 versus Clemson. Clemson is not that good. Oklahoma -4 versus Ohio State. Bounce back week for them. However, I don't know what's going on with Caleb Williams and Spencer Rattler. Baylor money line versus Kansas State. It's a pick'em game. Like that one. Michigan -13.5 versus Maryland, who's not a great team. 3 NFL over-unders. Pats Falcons over 48 tonight. Ravens Bears over 45. Vikings Packers under 50. Those are my picks. We're moving on to more important things.
So we got a few minutes for you guys here because we got to get this interview to you guys. But one thing I definitely want to talk about is what should we go into here? We started off with we covered Tampa Bay in the last episode. Obviously, nothing's changed since then. All right, I guess a little Thursday night football preview, which we got
T-minus a couple hours.
Definitely not a day and a half. But listen, here's what I will say. He took -7. He took +7 for the Falcons, and I'm not mad at it. That's a very big line. People are starting to love the Patriots, which I'm happy about. I expect this to be more of the same. I expect if we were see what he's doing to me. If we were able to make Justin Herbert have the worst game of his career, make Baker Mayfield have one of the worst games of his career.
Oh no, he's had worse.
Sam Darnold just doing Sam Darnold things. What did he throw? 3? Yeah, 3. 2 to Jace. No,
Yeah.
2. 3.
3.
We obviously, Sam Darnold doesn't necessarily count as still a great defense performance by us. And then obviously going all the way back to that Jets game. Defense has been dominating. I think the defense dominates. I think this is I want to say it's the 30th ranked defense in the league. The Falcons are. I think Mac Jones eats them alive. I think we stop Kyle Pitts, and then what? And then
That's all they have, Kyle
I kind of
Pitts.
see this 35-0. And I could be completely wrong, and I am a fan, but even though I'm a fan, I'll admit when I'm nervous going into games or feel weird about them. And I just think my fandom at this point is an advantage because I do believe that I'm so in touch with this team and I can kind of feel what they're about to do. I expect nothing less than a very dominant performance, and at the very least, pulling the game out and going home with this.
Let me say why I took the Falcons +7. When I have to choose between a game, because I'm going to sit down and watch it, and it makes it more fun. I'm not addicted to sports gambling. I've told my sports bookie, if I ever go negative, overall, if I ever go negative, you take me off the book because I cannot go negative and try and get back to positive. And I've done so much research on sports betting where I know my limits. However, this is where I say, when I sit down and I bet on a game that I'm going to watch, it makes it more fun. I'm not going to lie. It makes it more fun. I can't do it for Vikings games because it's the Vikings and I have to actually watch the game without being oh, I think we're going to lose by 6. Or, oh, I want this game to go under 50. That doesn't make it fun. That's why you don't bet on your own team. However, what I'm saying here is the Falcons and Patriots, what I did was I reached into my little piggy bank and I grabbed a coin from it, a quarter. And I said, hey, quarter, heads is Falcons, tails is Patriots. And I do this a couple times. I've done it 4 times this year. My record's 4 for 4 when I flipped that coin.
Oh, don't tell me that, bro.
Bro, I'm serious. So I flipped that coin.
Well, we could still win.
And it landed heads. Patriots are going to win. But they're not winning.
Knock on wood right now.
I don't believe in knocking on wood, but whatever. Patriots, I think will win, just not by more than a touchdown. Hey, it's 7.5. You can win by a touchdown. That's fine by me. I'm more confident on under 48 because Patriots like to keep games a little bit low.
A little bit low.
Falcons won't be able to score on the Patriots.
A little bit low. Our last scores go 56 points.
What I'm saying is your defense, the Falcons
points,
won't be able
30
to score.
points. We had 30 points. Low game was 24. High, and then we just went 45 again. We can score on these guys all day, and I expect.
Oh, you guys can score on them, but they won't be able to score on your defense. What's the over/under? 48. I like under.
Yeah, I'm not mad at that under. All right.
Speaking of the Patriots, let me talk about Man in the Arena.
We got 2 minutes.
For a couple seconds. Man in the Arena. The documentary on ESPN Plus. If you don't have ESPN Plus, you better subscribe. Because that documentary, the first episode, is so brilliant and so great. I love Tom Brady. Oh boy, was that so much fun to watch.
I'm saving it until Brady retires. Or at the very least, maybe the offseason or something. I don't want it to be skewed in my brain. Tom Brady's my favorite all-time athlete ever, any sport. So I'm saving it. I'm going to binge it all in one.
True. Let's talk about Mike White quickly.
We don't have time, bro.
We got time. Let's talk about Mike White quickly. Mike White Lightning did not perform as what should have been number 1 overall pick. Should have. They're starting Joe Flacco.
We do not slander Mike White on this podcast.
Oh boy. Joe Flacco is starting.
Here's the thing about Joe. We don't got any time, but I will say Joe's going to go out there and give you 250 yards, a touchdown, and a pick probably. And they know that, so going up versus the Finns, I think they're just going to take that. With that being said...
Wait. What's your upset of the week?
I already told you guys. Colts over Bills, and that is my upset of the week. And with that being said, should we...
You guys are getting a great interview with some defensive dogs.
Some dogs.
On Syracuse.
And in 3...
It was such a great... Oh boy. Had to end the interview, or the episode with the cough, but it was such a great interview with them, and I'm so happy to be back. Oh, one more thing. Sorry. We're running out of time. Like Tay said, we're taking this show on the road, would you say?
On the road. Expect a New York City episode this up. this upcoming Thanksgiving break. We do got to go, and as soon as I clap my hands, Mikael Jones will be sitting right in this chair.
Episode 5 with Mr. Tay Sweetwood, my co-host. We got an interesting setup this time because we got some dudes showing up to this interview. Some absolute monsters. One of them, Teddy, would you say he's the leading tackler on Syracuse?
I would say that. You know who the other one is?
Who's that?
The second leading tackler on Syracuse.
Oh, boy!
The two biggest dogs that we got here going
Defensive
on this defense.
dogs!
We got Mikael Jones and we got Stephon Thompson.
What up, Michael? Stephon?
Thanks for coming, boys. Tight squeeze. These dorms are made for normal-sized dudes.
Camera good?
Not the football players.
Alright, if y'all just want to kick off.
We're good, right?
Yeah.
Okay. First question. What made you choose Syracuse?
This guy right here ain't gonna lie, for real. So
You guys knew each other?
Yeah.
No. So I'm gonna tell you. So my boy Lee, he don't go in here no more. He was the reason. He was my host or whatever. So it was him and Kel.
What do you mean by host?
Like they hosted me like when
When you
come
came
here.
for a visit.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And so I came to every home game, and I was the first or second commit here.
Okay.
So when I came here, the boys talked to me, sat down, talked to me, told me what it was. They kept out it was honest with me and stuff like that. And then I ended up committing here probably summer of junior year.
Where else
And
were
then
you looking?
I was committed ever since. I mean, I was talking to schools like UNC, like Duke, like Tennessee, like schools like that, Penn State.
Yeah, and you chose this?
Yeah,
That's awesome. And how about you?
Hosts made a difference.
Yeah,
for sure.
Gotcha.
definitely. Kind of host made a difference with my decision too. I went to school with Andre Cisco.
You went to IMG, right?
Yeah,
Alright.
IMG. I went to him. I went there. I played with him my junior year there, and it was like when I got here, he was doing a lot of big things, and he was like, "Man, if you want an opportunity to get education, this is where you want to come." And I was looking at a couple of other schools like Louisville, Oregon, Ole Miss.
So, all conferences.
Yeah,
Everywhere.
Florida State, and it just seemed like the best fit for me. So I just took a leap of faith and came all the way up here to Syracuse.
Did that play any role in your decision making, like conference wise, for any of you?
I knew I wanted to be in the ACC.
I
or the
just-
SEC.
Yeah.
It was just me trying to come to a Power 5 school.
Yeah, no, I get
I knew I could play at. Really,
Yeah.
It was.
So, yeah, we were looking up some of your offers and stuff, and it was the same thing with you. I mean, I guess you knew Andre and stuff like that. So what was it like coming from a place like Florida all the way to the snowiest place in the United States, Syracuse?
Different. Definitely. Like today, the first day, snow day of this season, and it's like
Yeah.
you just take me being from Miami, you take a step back and be like, "Oh, it's really snowing," because you.
Yeah.
And you're used to that. You're around
Yeah,
here.
I kind of, so that's another reason why I came up here. I like the cold.
Yeah.
I can't do the hot, so
No,
that's
I
another
got you.
reason why I picked this Syracuse.
So Steph, you started, what was it, 7 or 8 games last year, right? As
freshman.
true freshman at 17 years old?
Yeah.
I mean, that's
Young Fred. That's crazy.
ridiculous. I mean, I took a gap year. I'm 20 if you don't know. So I took a gap year, but even so, I mean, you were out there versus dudes who were probably 23, 24.
Yeah.
I mean, can you describe what that was like, or
I mean,
did you feel it, or no? You just
It was at first, like when I first got here, I was kind of stuck, like, oh, wow, this is what I'm doing now.
yeah.
But after a while, you get into the groove, you start playing, and you just get used to it.
Yeah, definitely.
You got to get comfortable in the
Yeah.
system and stuff like that.
From my perspective, he was built for real, and that's what I told him. Like,
That's
just
sick.
coming here, I'm like, man, I can tell you built
You
for
get-
it. You know,
Such a
somebody
good
built for it.
defense.
Yeah,
You guys
yeah.
have players literally everywhere. I mean, on the D line, but also like in the linebacker and front
Yeah.
7 and your secondary.
That's what I was telling my boys. Like, we can't score on anyone, but low key, like this team could play defense against anyone.
Yeah.
I believe, honestly.
Yeah, despite last game when we put up a little poor performance, you can check
So-
the stats. And so,
I couldn't watch the game. I was in Minneapolis.
But I could watch the game, so I'm gonna ask you guys a few questions. I promise I won't stay too long on it, because I know it's
Yeah.
obviously wasn't something great. So I gotta ask you: did you think that they were gonna call that on you for that targeting?
no,
Me neither,
not at
because-
all.
What was the play like?
Well,
'Cause I didn't.
My
I didn't
interpretation
watch
of the rule was his head was down, but you were nowhere. Like you hit, it was like in like his like lower side.
Yeah,
He was nowhere near the kid's head or neck. So my interpretation of the rule is forcible contact to the head or neck area.
right.
That's what I thought. But then I guess they got you for lowering the crown, or what did they tell you?
Yeah, lowering the crown, but what they don't understand that he was falling. So my target, like my eyes was locked on his body. So as he was falling, I was looking at him, and of course it's gonna look like my head's going down.
Yeah, I saw a video of Dino in the press or after the game press conference say like, I don't know how he got ejected there. Like,
yeah, he said, what did he say? He said it's like losing Schrader out there. You're calling you QB the defense. But
yeah, so I watched the whole thing. I'm right there running the ball with him. So when I looked at him, we didn't think they were gonna call it, and then they stopped and called it, and we just had to adjust and play.
What difference of a game this year versus Louisville than it was last year for you? Last year you had best game of your career versus Louisville.
I mean, I feel like I was playing on the backside the whole game.
I
really.
can vouch. They wasn't trying to run to him.
No,
honestly.
And like when they ran to me, I was trying to make the play.
Yeah. So, Michael, where did you get the inspiration for the wristbands? Because how we all know it's so famous. I saw kids on Halloween got wristbands all up and down their arm. Where did you start that? That started in high school or something?
Honestly, I did rock it one time in high school, but it was with the smaller bands. I was doing this since freshman year here.
Really?
It wasn't until like I got back in this year, like my junior year. Last year we didn't have fans. It was until like the fans seen it, and then a couple people started watching us more in the defense. But it's just like it goes back to playing Madden when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Just creating a player, making them look crazy, putting all the wristbands. So I was like, one day when I first got here, I was like, let me see the swag. I'm gonna put the sleeve and let me put the wristbands over here.
Yeah, exactly.
And then it just caught people's attention.
Like, all right, like it's kind of going back to the high school question, but like, what's one distinct thing you noticed that was different from high school football to college football, beside the fact that it's a different level of intensity?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Like, what's like something that really stood out to you as like a true freshman, where you're like, holy shit, like this is like college football.
Speed and intensity.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people, play football, but it's a different type of mindset you have when going against like it.
So like
I knew he had the mindset, him being 17, like coming early.
Yeah, exactly.
Go against grown men. You don't know how old this dude. You don't know how old he is, how strong he is, but you guys just got to go out there and play football. Like,
yeah, exactly.
But it's way faster and more physical at this level.
I think it was like the attention to detail, like the small things that you really gotta lock into and really actually do your job and don't worry about making the big play, because the big play gonna come to you.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
It's weird because as fans, like Teddy and I and Richie, we go all the games together, and like we're actually there to watch the game, especially Teddy because his brother is John. But
dude, I've had to stop going to the games because I can't tell what's going on because I'm fucking 5'6". So I have to watch on TV sometimes so I actually can see what's going on.
We're like, hey, bro, you just gotta come with us. Like,
but
I totally get. But like when we're there, I don't know. For me personally, I'm like, God, I love watching football for like the offense and the scoring. But when it comes to Syracuse football, I'm like,
fun.
I love Sean Tucker, I love Garrett Schrader, and the offense is fun to watch. But I'm like, oh, when the defense comes on,
against everybody
versus anyone, I'm like watching Stefan stop the run, and Mikel jumping all over the fucking field.
Yeah.
Do you hear us? Do you hear it get loud when you're in the dome?
So freshman year to now, it's like a difference. Like before we didn't have any fans, so it'd be third down. They have like the sound effects on, but now it's like how it was in my visit. Like Rutgers game is probably one of the most loudest games I've been in.
Yeah.
And like you can see
Clemson,
everyone was locked in, dialed in.
Yeah.
Crowd, you can't hear nothing. There was points on the field where I look at Kel, ask him for the play. He'll look at me, can't hear me, so I have to go up to him, tap him, actually ask him physically.
And that's on us. That's
fun. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. So
you guys roommates?
No.
We always
hang around each other though.
Yeah.
And that start like your friendship kind of built like when you came to visit. Or
so I went to every home game when I was a recruit. So every home game.
How far away did you?
So I used to fly actually. I live in Charlotte, North Carolina.
Oh shit! All right.
Yeah.
I thought he was local.
No, but I'm from Long Island, New York though. So
okay.
That's probably like 4 hours from here.
But you went to high school in Charlotte.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
You did you do a visit to UNC or something like that?
Yeah, I went on a couple visits to all over.
Really? Just because those unis are nice. You get the pictures.
Actually, something cool is I played my last high school game at UNC and then my first college game here at UNC.
Oh, wow.
So that was kind of something like memorable.
I love repeat. That's crazy.
What's the life like on South? What I want to know, what's the routine and what's the life like as a college athlete? I mean, I'm sure it's a lot.
One day. Like, what's like one busy day?
What time y'all wake
I
up?
just couldn't imagine.
Get him. I get him a Friday, like travel day.
Okay.
Well, I couldn't imagine like going to class,
Oh, you talking
going to
about
practice
class-wise?
all the time, like your meal plan, all that stuff. What's it like?
So a lot of it's on the table. It's all about what you do with it, honestly. It's all about what you do with your time and how you execute your day. And you gotta execute your day every day, because if you don't, you're gonna fall behind in some aspect of your life. Either whether it's school, football, or just keeping contact with your family. Like, we wake up every morning on a regular schedule, 6 o'clock in the morning. Some people wake up 5:30, get extra treatment. We have a couple meetings before we practice around 8. Practice, have a lift afterwards, and then by the time it's 12 o'clock, you done had a crazy day already.
Yeah,
while
that's what it
people just
sounds
waking
like.
up, going to their first class. So
That's
you walk
me,
in
bro.
class,
Yeah.
and you tired as hell. Like, you just super tired, and then you got your next class, and throughout all this, you got to make sure you putting all the energy and the foods. You got to make sure you're eating right because of all the stuff you did in the morning. And then sometimes you might just have a meeting in the afternoon, and it's just like just keeping up with everything. But a lot of this stuff is keeping up with it while you're tired and when you really don't want to sometimes, because it's already hard being a college student, just keeping up with the work, and then you add the pressure of being an athlete. It's tough. Some people overlook it a lot, but it's
Yeah,
definitely
so
tough.
Same with you. Same kind of
So like,
experience.
so we just wake up in the morning. The hardest part
What
probably
time do you
be
guys wake up?
probably I was like 5:30, 6 o'clock.
5:55. Me, solid times like 5.
Bro, I can't make it to my
5:50.
8 a.m. sometimes.
no, yeah, that's crazy. But
What were you gonna say about travel day?
Oh, like, so travel day, you just gotta. It starts with us waking up. We get to sleep in. So Fridays we usually get to sleep in. So we'll probably wake up like at 8 o'clock instead
That's
of
us
waking
sleeping
up at
in.
6.
Yeah.
And then we'll usually like pack our bags, get ready, make sure everybody has everything. Then we'll go to meetings, go to our walkthroughs. Then if it's here, we'll take the bus to the hotel.
Yeah, I was gonna
If
say you
it's
guys
not-
stay at a hotel even for home games, right?
Yeah,
Oh, really?
that's a pretty cool experience. Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh, wait.
You like doing that or no?
It's the best.
yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
We're kind of like
It's the best for
isolated.
us.
You get to really like actually lock in.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Oh, you're all in your own hotel room?
Yeah.
You guys
We
ever
have
had
one roommate?
You ever had dudes go missing like right before a game or something? Like never.
Nah.
Nah.
That'll be I was about to say that'll be the last day on the team, right?
So wait, back to the defense. I'm just curious to know, like how do you reflect on this season, especially compared to like last year, and how do you, or like what's something you've really noticed?
Yeah, like what's
in the
changed, I
defense?
guess.
All right, so
from
so-
obviously 1 and 10 or whatever it was to now. Like you guys
this
are
year
dogging.
we call it the mob.
You
That's
call
our
it-
that's our like go-to word,
Yeah.
the mob.
Yeah.
So if one person mobbing, we all mobbing. And if we all mobbing, like just run into the simple stuff, just
I
run
fuck
into the
with that.
ball.
Chaos.
So one person
Control chaos
trying
to
to
the
tackle the
ball.
person, the other one trying to strip the ball out, rip
Yeah.
the ball out. Just little stuff like that is which helped us like improve, and then like our chemistry. So like, I can look at him. I don't even gotta tell him what the play is or anything.
Yeah.
I can just look at him, give him the look, and me and him gonna be on the
Start
same
disguising
point.
or something. We just know. It's
I like
like
that.
a feeling. You get it.
Such a young team too.
Yeah,
Like Deuce and
Yeah.
like all you guys are so young.
So
Can't
speaking
imagine
of
for next year too.
so Sean Tucker, you're gonna have Sean Tucker, Schrader back, all these dudes back. I'm super excited for next year. This is your junior year, right?
Yes, sir.
You going anywhere? You staying? Oh, I guess you're not gonna tell us here,
yeah.
but listen,
Can't say yeah.
we want you back anyway. But either way, this team's young. What's it like? A guy who's gonna be coming back next year, Sean Tucker. What's it like going up against him in practice? Like, what makes him so great? Because obviously he's not the biggest dude ever and stuff like that. Like,
So starting from like my freshman year, we'd be going like I was running with the 1s and 2s my freshman year. He was running with the 1s and 2s. He was like, it was just little stuff. Like we'll be in a scrimmage. He'll break a run for a long run, and then it was just little stuff he was doing. Like he would just like the cuts he was making.
Yeah.
See it like
He's so
You can
elusive.
see it. Yeah, you can see him developing as a player, getting better and better every day.
Mhm.
yeah, some dudes just got it.
And then what about like going in practice against Garrett?
Yeah, how about Gary?
Well,
I guess you guys are new.
no, wait.
new
I
to
have a
Gary.
better question about this. First half of the season in practice going against Tommy versus going against Garrett in the second half.
They were both always like splitting reps.
Yeah,
from
so
the
Okay.
we
beginning.
see
So
that a lot. Yeah.
like, so
What's the
Tommy,
difference in like
Play style.
play? Yeah. What's the difference in like playing with Garrett or with Tommy or like against either of them in practice?
So it's like they're two different quarterbacks, honestly. They both can do a lot of similar things, but when it comes to like throwing the ball, Tommy's more, he wants to be more like a pocket passer, throw the ball. So that's what you expect. You expect certain route concepts to get a quarterback who throws the ball, get them easy route concepts. But when you get straight in the game or in practice, it's like, okay, now you can get option, all types of trickery plays where the quarterback keeps the ball, quarterback counter, and then you can get a RPO, pass it. And he's a good passer too, so it just opened up the game a little bit more.
Right.
So this weekend, you guys got NC State this weekend. That's home.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's away. It's at NC State.
It's away.
Pitt is home.
Yeah.
That's the last home game?
Yeah.
Sir.
Can't wait.
On not this Saturday, but the following.
So you guys, in terms of being bowl eligible, you need one more win.
Yeah, one more win.
So you need NC State or Pitt, right?
Both.
Trying to get both. Yeah.
Well, okay, yes,
I like
yes.
that, I like
No,
that.
Love that mentality.
yeah. You want? I know. Yeah, we need both. But if you did win one, you're bowl eligible.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
What a close, tough, like what a tough end to the season.
Yeah.
Those two teams are
It's
good.
fun though.
I was gonna say you don't really want it any. I mean, obviously you wish you haven't lost the game, but you don't want it any other way besides everything on the line.
But watching like you guys
Yeah.
all year long, forget Louisville, though, whatever.
Yeah.
Every
And there was
team
there was a few games
lays
early
it
on
in,
you guys
but-
definitely should have had. That's nothing like you. You know what I
Every single
mean?
loss early on,
Yeah.
honestly.
That was
even
just
like
crazy.
Clemson and
And even though Rutgers was 17-7, I feel like you guys ran that back. Like I don't see that happening again. That's just me personally. But
Yeah.
I always thought it was harder to beat a team twice too.
yeah, especially.
Yeah.
And I think if you guys play them again, you're definitely putting on more than 17. That's just my opinion.
I think it
But
also had to do with the fact that it was the beginning of the season. First
Yeah.
game, you know what I mean?
First game playing up a good team
Yeah.
since last season.
yeah, that was like your first real opponent.
Mhm.
Nah, I think if you ran it back against Rutgers, we definitely win.
I like that one.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
with Schrader and the new offense.
Yeah,
So,
I don't think,
that's
He
all.
agrees. But that's the thing. I noticed your necklace. You want to describe that? That's pretty sick right there.
It's
What is
Hamza. It's like protection, like more life.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
Drake hands, right?
yeah.
Where are you guys' majors besides the NFL?
So I'm in human development and family science. That's my major.
Is that Falk?
Is that,
Yeah,
I was
that's
gonna
fall.
ask.
Psychology.
Psychology.
Oh, nice. I almost came here. So I guess that's all we got for you guys. I think, right? Unless
Do you
got
guys have anything to add?
We appreciate y'all having us here.
No,
Yeah,
that's back with
definitely,
you. No, I gotta ask one more thing.
What is it?
Richie, you know this one.
What?
Mikel, you're following me on Insta.
Yeah.
Well, how do you know me, bro? He's just like,
Yeah, he
all
always
right.
used to talk about it. He's like, yeah, Mikel.
Nah, I was like, bro, Mikel follows me. And then I was like, I think he just knows like I'm the big man on campus.
He's
Like big freshman on campus.
Yo, we were looking through his Instagram, and I was like, yo, shit, look who follows you.
Yeah.
And I was like, Mikel follows me?
Is it just, was it just
Mikel. Fuck,
Mikel.
We keep forgetting.
Why do I
Yeah.
keep saying
Yeah, bro,
Mikel?
it-
I'm gonna just call him
Universal.
Kel because I heard you say
Kel,
You see
yeah.
him
we
on
call him.
Barstool?
Honestly, if I see somebody like I try to follow people back.
Oh,
I don't know. I probably
shit.
thought I knew you. Honestly,
Shit.
yeah.
That's
If
what
I
a lot
of
feel like I
people
knew you
say.
or something,
So a lot
I'll
of
follow
people
you
say.
back. It's
Nah, I'm
not
just
that
kidding.
serious with me on Instagram.
Nah, that's sick.
All right. I guess that's it, boys. Thank you.
Sure.
We want to thank you guys
Cal?
for coming out so much.
Stefan,
That's huge.
thank you guys.
Good luck,
I
boys.
appreciate it. And good luck for NC State.
Sir.